Welcome to the Unity Center of Pittsburgh. Welcome to this joyful experience. We are starting a minute or 5 or so late. There were some glitches in our connection, but not in our real connection. We've been putting love in our hearts, and we're ready to broadcast to all of you who are out there, and we're certainly happy to see everyone who showed up here today. And we're ready for some consciousness expanding time. My name is Bobbi Konefal-Shaer. I'll be your service leader today. Ronnie Weiss is with us on the keyboard, getting us all warmed up and happy to be here, letting the love and the music flow. So, I wanted to share with you our vision and our mission. For we envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. Not a skimpy vision here. Picture it. A world flowing with divine love. And our mission says that we are an inclusive, loving, growing community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. Let's have another song. I believe it's The Power of Kindness. Ronnie?
So this is a new one for me. I think it might be a new one for you. It's very simple. So here's the way it goes. And I hope, sometimes the words aren't exactly the way I have them, so I'm hoping that they are. So here's how I have it. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. This is the chorus. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming, but we can help shape what's ahead. With kindness as our currency, the commonwealth is in our hands. So give a little, or give a lot, don't stop. A healthy hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. So I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Look up now, people, and keep your ear to the ground. We are the river flowing, and generosity abounds. So give a little, or give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Well, ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. I got one more verse. The honeybee serves sweetness only to help the flower bloom, bringing love to flower to the front and sorry. So give a little, take a little, or give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. So ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Great words, don't you think?
Yeah. Thank you. Now that we're opened with a little bit of kindness, let's pull ourselves to some intention and pray, for we believe in the power of prayer as well. So let's take a breath and know that God is in charge. We believe that there is a power working in the universe and in and through our lives. And as we open to the generosity of it all, the kindness of it all, we seek to place ourselves in the flow of everything that is good. And we know that in unity with the principles that we have at our hand, we know that this is so for us and for everyone whose lives we touch. Amen, and it is so. And another song, I Am the Light in This World.
So one of the things I really like about Unity music is much of it is very simple, it's right to the point, and it says it all, and that's how I feel about this song. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright.
Well, you brilliant lights, we're doing something symbolic right now. And I can feel your light. And as we're noticing that, and the light comes from every one of us, I will be lighting what we call our Christ candle. The light that represents our light. Steady, affirming, tangible, and real. Each one of us can light a candle in our own hearts, and that candle is infectious, for it lights the world. We can't place our light under a bushel. That does no good. We are each infused with gifts and expected to share of them, just as this light is sharing its light with each of us, if we have the whim and the courage to see it. So, with the lighting of this candle, let us share in our unity principles. So if you'll say them, they're on the board up there. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. It's the truth. In the Age of Aquarius.
It's another song, and it is the Age of Aquarius, by the way. The Age of Aquarius, I believe, back in the late 60s, when Hair came out. So, and I've heard that's when the Enlightenment period started accelerating back 60 years ago, and here we are. So, if you want to stand up, you can stand up. Probably know the song, I hope, and please sing along. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planet and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the Age of Aquarius, the Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius. Do the first verse again. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planet and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the Age of Aquarius, Age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, here comes a little piano. Okay, everybody, here we go. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shine in. Whoa, let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shine in. One more time. Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shine in. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. That was great. Thank you. Aquarius. Choreography, unless anyone would be willing.
There's a wonder in being a certain age. It brings up so many wonderful memories. So it's now time for our daily word, and Jan Kalin's going to be sharing that as well as our children's blessing. Jan.
Good morning. This morning, our daily word is purpose. Purpose is the purpose. I pursue my purpose with passion. We will be doing that later. Over the course of my life, I have discovered what has kindled my passions, captivated my attention, and made me feel most alive. My passions lead me to discover my purpose, to which I choose to devote my time and my life. My highest spiritual purpose is to live from my divine nature. I'm going to say that again. My highest spiritual purpose is to live from my divine nature. My divine gifts of life, love, and wisdom express uniquely through my passions, fulfilling me while demonstrating the truth of my being. I listen to the still, small voice of spirit within me to discern the best way to fulfill my purpose. I heed its call to learn, discover, and grow. It's never too early or too late to embark upon the journey of a lifetime. I am ready, willing, and more than able. And from John, for this I was born, and for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth. Now we get a chance to repeat our daily affirmation 3 times. Here we go. I pursue my purpose with passion. I pursue my purpose with passion. I pursue my purpose with passion. All right, got it? So now we're going to the blessing of children. Bring into your mind the children in your lives, your family, your friends. Hold in your heart the children you know and love. Feel that love expand to every child throughout the world. May all children know and share God's love to move confidently through their own divine selves, full of imagination, creativity, and love. May they receive praise, gratitude, and encouragement, and always be loved as their true spiritual selves. And may they know the divine presence lives within each one of them to learn, discover, and grow toward their true purpose to live from their divine nature. We recognize and honor children everywhere. We send our light and love to every child and bless them as the true light of God. Thank you.
And now in that prayerful mode, I suspect each of us has an awareness of a need. And we're going to move into some prayer time and drop those intentions, those needs, those desires into a prayerful space. So if you would recall your needs of your friends, those for whom you've been asked to pray, let's bring them into this space right now. If there is a healing need among us, and we know the nature of this world, there are healing needs in so many of us. Let us picture healing happening. Healing. It's a manifestation of the love and the life that we express When we move our thoughts of limit out of the way, we naturally heal. Feel the healing taking place in your own bodies. Find those places in your consciousness and feel the aliveness in those areas. Feel other areas being healed. As you discover needs in, for example, your friends or acquaintances. If you've heard of a need, let's send those healing thoughts. If there is a need for prosperity, relationship fulfillment, education, let us see our energy moving to those places as well. Removing barriers and flowing with the divine love that we know propels this universe. Let us mentally remove all barriers, all doubts, and see the life force of God moving through us, through every part of our body, to everyone else. For we are connected by an amazing love network. Intentional network of caring, of healing. Feel the love flowing, the life flowing. It is God's intention to flow through, as divine law does, propelling the universe, propelling our planet, propelling things to grow, to nourish us. Let us place ourselves in the flow of that amazing life force. Basking in that openness. And I invite each of us to take a breath or two in the quiet of that awareness, knowing that we are in divine flow. And so it is.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening.
As we open, this is our meditation time, and as Ronnie plays a little bit of background music for us to move into the flow, the divine flow, ideas that will guide us to the inspiration that's within each one of us. For we have been created with purpose. Our divine purpose is within. It's that light that's within us. So I invite you to relax your body. Feel your feet on the ground, connected to this universe. And on the next inhale, stretching up a bit, and then exhaling and feel the relaxation. That relaxation that will dissipate all interfering thoughts. For in meditation, we're going to our source. And on the next inhale, feel the Spirit move in you. And come up over the top in willingness to express through you. We have noted that we are prosperous and purposeful beings. Any idea of the opposite, those falsehoods, the unkind things that people may have said to us somewhere along the line, they're not true. Let us get in touch with that source of who we are, that light, that pure crystal of joy that hums with a power that is uniquely your own. Let's center our awareness on that light, on that crystal, the center of our being. As it vibrates and moves through us, so we move in sympathy with that vibration. We are part of everything that is. For we are heirs to every good. As heirs to the kingdom of heaven, we are heirs to whatever it is we can imagine. And in the next few breaths, let us do that imagining. Let the vibration take you. If thoughts appear, let the thoughts guide. If they're not guiding thoughts, let them go. On an inhale, feel that inhale illuminating that crystal that is your wisdom. And practice expressing it. Picture an expression of it. If I were attached to my Christ purpose, how would I speak? When I'm attached to my Christ purpose, how do I act? Envision acting from that. Being the kind, good, and purposeful being that you are. That only you know how to be. Moving through the bumps and the disdainful comments that others might have, easily flowing through. As a river flows through that channel, without regard for the stones be gnashed aside or worn down. For our aliveness is certain. As we see the delightful splashing of that wave, the purposeful outpicturing, and as we lose sight of it, we know we can come back to this place at any time for more direction, for more good. And before we come back to this room, let us remember to seal that image with a degree of open gratitude, knowing that as we are grateful, we increase the likeliness of its flow in and through us. Fulfilling who we are. That beautiful picture of you as a divine being, more brilliant than you could ever imagine. For our positive thoughts align with all ideas of prosperity and good, bringing back into our lives the peace and the joy that is our birthright. And as we seal up these lovely thoughts, these precious good thoughts of awareness of our real purpose, our real birthright, knowing that we are children of God, and so it is. I invite you to come back into this place, for we have another song. This is a goodie. The Secret of Life. Ronnie, take it away.
This is a James Taylor song. You may be familiar with it. I was reminded earlier that I seem to like James Taylor quite a bit. Carole King too. And so here it is. The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Any fool can do it. There ain't nothing to it. Nobody knows how we got to the top of the hill. But since we're on our way down, we might as well enjoy the ride. The secret of life is in opening up your heart. It's okay to feel afraid, but don't let it stand in your way. 'Cause anyone knows that love is the only road. Since we're only here for a while, we might as well show some style. Give us a smile. Isn't it a lovely ride? Oh, sliding down, gliding down. Try not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride. Now the thing about time is that time isn't really real. It's just your point of view. How does it feel to you? Einstein said he could never understand it all. Planets spinning through space, the smile upon your face. Welcome to the human race, some kind of lovely ride. Oh, gliding down, sliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. Now the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. you.
Oh, Ronnie, thank you. I could feel that you were a channel. And now it's time to hear from our good friend Vince Lisi, who visits us from Youngstown, Ohio. And is it possible that that's happening? Yeah? I think so. In just a moment. And just, here we are. Here we are, Vince. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity of addressing the Unity congregation this morning. Tomorrow morning at 8:33 a.m., NASA will begin the launch of the Artemis project with the goal of creating a space station on the moon and then the possibility of a manned space flight to Mars in 2040. It's in the spirit of the Artemis project that I would like to present today's teaching entitled The Enormous Consciousness. This will be fun. Let's launch right in. Today's teaching begins with the curiosity, the inquisitiveness of a young girl. Recently, I was talking with a friend of mine who was recalling to me a trait of hers that has been with her since childhood. She is just curious. She always wants to know why something is the way it is. She was recalling to me an event of childhood when she went to a podiatrist with a foot problem. As a young girl of 6, she would ask the podiatrist, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" Finally, the podiatrist just stopped his treatment and he asked the little girl, "Is that all you do? Ask questions?" Asking questions is a good question to ask. Why is something the way it is? From the questions of this young girl, let us now proceed to the questions of the present most challenging event for all of humanity, the deployment of the James Webb Space Telescope, and eventually now the Artemis project, and the questions about the enormity of our universe that they are exploring. Let's begin with the James Webb Space Telescope, a product of 20 years in the making and using the best questions of curious minds from all over the world of space science. The James Webb Space Telescope is quite an invention for the human mind. One has to marvel at the consciousness
I'm going to share a little bit with you from my class. And as Mac attempts to get reconnected with Vince, we're going to be talking a little bit about what we talked about this morning, which was gratitude. And we may be interrupted, and that's okay. So I wanted to share with you, what is gratitude? Gratitude is that orientation. It's an attitude. You've heard of the attitude of gratitude. It's an opening impulse that opens us up to receive. So, Webster says it's a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation for favors or benefits received. It's thankfulness. Well, when I think of the word thankfulness, I go, yeah, like Thanksgiving. Okay, got it. Cornucopia, nice turkey, good mashed potatoes, thank you. I wanted to pull us back to just that phrase, thank you. Thank you is a contraction. It really means, I thank you. So let's practice that for a minute. When we say thank you, we're not just saying, here's your change, thank you. We're saying, I thank you. So here we go. Thank you, Vince.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity of addressing you this morning. Tomorrow morning at 8:33 a.m., NASA will begin the launch of the Artemis project with the goal of creating a space station on the moon and then the possibility of a manned space flight to Mars in 2040. It's in the spirit of the Artemis project that I would like to share with you the title of today's teaching, The Enormous Consciousness. This will be fun. Let's launch right in. Today's teaching begins with the curiosity, the inquisitiveness of a young girl. Recently, I was talking with a good friend of mine who was recalling a trait of hers that she's had since early childhood, that she is just curious. She always wants to know why something is the way it is. She was recalling to me a visit to a podiatrist when she was 6 years old. And as a young girl, she would always want to ask the podiatrist, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Finally, the podiatrist just stopped his treatment. He said, is that all you do? Ask questions? Asking questions is a good thing to do, especially why is something the way it is? From the questions of this young girl, let us now proceed to the questions of the present most challenging event for all of humanity, the deployment not just of the Artemis project, but the deployment of the James Webb Space Telescope, and the questions about the enormity of the universe that it is exploring. A product of 20 years in the making, and using the best questions of curious minds from all over the world of space science, the James Webb Space Telescope is quite an invention of the human mind. One has to marvel at the consciousness of the human mind that is not only able to think about what's going on in the universe, but is now able to launch a telescope that is able to explore what is going on. You do have to wonder about all of the brilliant minds that have come together to develop this project. All of the scientists who had a part to play, from the grinding of the lenses of the telescope to the people who had to pack it, launch it, and then unpack it in space. And now to begin to reveal the pictures of our cosmic origins. It's a joy to be able to explore how curiosity continues to elevate the human condition, from the curiosity of a 6-year-old young girl to the curiosity of the most learned scientist. Curiosity might have killed the cat, but it is quite alive in the human spirit. Which now brings me to the two things that I most want to address in today's teaching on the enormous consciousness. The first teaching. As you begin to see the first pictures of the James Webb Space Telescope coming back to Earth via infrared radio signals, when you begin to see not just the planets, the star systems, the galaxies, and cluster of galaxies, don't you just wonder, what is the enormous consciousness? What is the enormous consciousness behind it all? Let me just repeat that. What's the enormous consciousness that's behind these clusters of galaxies? Some might readily dismiss this consciousness question as simply, well, the Big Bang Theory. But even the most naive of people, I think, would say that there is a consciousness behind the Big Bang Theory. And especially, what is the consciousness that set the ground rules for the Big Bang Theory? Scientists could never discover anything about space if there were not rules of procedure, universal principles of physics on which they could base their calculations. Let me just say that again. Scientists would never be able to understand space if there were not rules of procedure on which they could base their calculations. You just have to marvel at the enormous consciousness that is operating behind everything in the universe, and especially providing the orderliness of the universe so that it can be explored. Now, let's become a little more practical, especially from a spiritual perspective. And as we do so, two enormous things arise. They arise from a very practical spiritual approach. The first one. While most people view the images from the James Webb Space Telescope from simply a pictorial viewpoint, simply saying things like, wow, look at that, or oh my God, look at those galaxies and clusters of galaxies. Such remarks are certainly understandable, and they reflect the amazement which immediately catches the physical eye. But as I have talked with so many of you on a spiritual path, well, the first thing you do see are the images, what you really notice. What you really notice. What you really notice are the feelings that these images evoke within you. The feelings that these images evoke within you. So many of you said that while you see the images, the feelings that are evoked in you are a sense of the vastness of things and the eternality of life itself. Again, vastness and eternality being soul qualities. These are the inner soul qualities that the images evoke. There is something within you, I think, that just says yes. Yes to the vastness. There is something within you that is moved beyond the images. There is that intuitive knowing that in some way, shape, or form, you are a participant in something much bigger than planet Earth. Much bigger than our star system, the sun. Much bigger than our galaxy, the Milky Way. There's something more going on than just what meets the eye. Some call this more God. Some call it consciousness. Or those who try to blend science and spirituality simply call it the unified field. Whether you call it in any words you choose, God, the unified field, consciousness, the important thing is that what it feels like what it feels like is that you are a part thing that the images evoke in us is that there seems to be an orderliness in the universe, which in a more spiritual person would probably say there is a divine order in the universe. We've already mentioned that there must be an orderliness in science so that the scientists can use these ordering principles in a clear, repeating way. If there were no ordering principles, the world would be at the mercy of chaos and randomness. But from a spiritual perspective, while this orderliness of nature is seen as a divine order from a conscious mind, the spiritual person views and understands that there is a divine order in all things of life. And more importantly, there is a divine order. There is a divine order in your life. The enormity of consciousness filters down to you. You are a part of it, and there is a divine order in your life. And the more important thing for us to note is that this divine order is not something imposed on human beings, but that human beings have their part to play in the divine order. It is quite clear that human beings are participants in the divine order of things. Please understand this point, that we as human beings are active participants in what is occurring in our lives, in our divine order. While there is indeed a larger divine order at play, each of us is a co-creating participant of the whole. We are part of the unified field of God, not just conceptually, but rather we are active participants, co-creators in what is occurring around us. We are conscious contributors to the divine order that is occurring in our lives. Which now brings me to the second part of today's teaching. The first part is that there is a larger order. But what is extremely important for us is to understand the part that each one of us plays in that divine order. I'll begin with a brief teaching of the Buddha, proceed to mention a concept that has been popularized by many spiritual teachers, and then focus on you. Because in your consciousness, you are the most important part of that larger, enormous consciousness. But first, a teaching from the Buddha. In his beautiful flower sermon, which is considered to be the origin of Zen Buddhism, the Buddha talked about the great power that moves the winds and the rains of the universe. And then he said, "Thou art that. Thou art that." And then he talked about the great power that moves the stars of the heavens. And then he said, "Thou art that. Thou art that." You are that enormous consciousness. The consciousness that lies behind the James Webb Telescope. The consciousness that lies behind the heavens and beyond everything else also lies within you. This is what Jesus meant when he said, "The Father and I are one." There is one universal consciousness of which each one of us is a part. While this consciousness takes a while to concentrate on and get a hold of, Many of us now are understanding it and allowing it to be the guide of our lives. Wow. Allowing this consciousness to be the guide of our lives. The second point. It is precisely this higher consciousness, this enormous energy, that many spiritual teachers are encouraging us to grasp and then to allow it to guide our lives. Many spiritual teachers are now guiding us to rise up to this larger consciousness that we are. A phrase that has become quite popular is the phrase, play big. Play big in your consciousness. Littleness no longer becomes you. So many people have dumbed down their consciousness to play the game of separation. Not you. Not you anymore. It's your time to play big, to put your consciousness back into full force as you now live in alignment with our source energy. It's time for us to play big. Don't those words do something to you? There's just something within you that says, yes, I'm ready to play big. Not unlike the pictures of the James Webb Telescope coming back. There's a vastness within you. And not just that you want to play big, but you're ready to play big. You're ready to come forward. You're saying to yourself, this is what I've always wanted, to play the big role, to play the big role that I was created for. Which now brings me to the third point. Focusing on you, on your consciousness, on the part that the Buddha would say, thou art that. There are many words that might describe our rising to this higher consciousness, such as presence, or awareness, or love, or being in the light, all of which would apply. But the word that strikes me in today's teaching is the word service. We are in service to the whole of life and to each other. Now, this word service has an obvious meaning and yet a more subtle meaning. The obvious meaning of service is that we're here to help each other in any way that we can. Wherever we perceive a need, we do the best we can to address it. And may I suggest so many of you are so good at that. You simply address the needs as you see them unfolding, either in your own life or in the lives of others. But there is a more subtle notion of service. And while it certainly entails assisting those in need, it also means to assist others to grow in consciousness. We are at our best when we encourage and inspire each other to rise up to the higher consciousness. When we encourage and inspire each other to play big. When we encourage and inspire each other to realize that thou art that. It is servicing our growth that is the perfect complement to serving our needs. It is serving our growth that is a perfect complement to serving our needs. It's not just giving a person something that they need, but it's helping them to move into that higher consciousness. You know the story, not just giving a person a fish, but teaching them how to fish, how to live in the higher consciousness that brings divine order into their lives. Is not that the purpose of unity? In conclusion, we focus on this enormous consciousness that lies behind the material realms and has given the orderliness of creation that has allowed the scientists to further explore these realms. As exciting as this is, it pales in reality to explore the consciousness within your own self, to explore the divine order in your own self. And then, being of service to this consciousness, to all others. It's kind of what Jesus meant when he said, those of you who serve others are the greatest among you. Namaste.
Thank you, Vince. I salute you for being here today. It's been an interesting day. I think we've created a microcosm of what it takes to be of service in this world, what it takes to keep our consciousness on the beam, as it were, as Vince was saying, even as he was dazzling us with all the findings of that telescope. So I congratulate you for capturing the essence and taking with you today what it is you need. And Philip is impressed with his ventriloquism. And I think that's a good thing. So it's now time for our prosperity practice. And I encourage you to get yourself in the flow. When you are in the flow, the world opens up to you. We want to be in the flow of life, in the flow of love, in the flow of prosperity. And we do that by placing ourselves right in the middle of it. And that's something we do symbolically here at the Unity Center. I mean, you do it everywhere you are. When you are open to serving others, when you're open to helping others, you're in the flow. But we do it purposefully at this moment. And so I encourage you to reach into your pockets and be in the flow of energy through your donation, your tithe, your offering today. And as you put that in your hand, we'll be saying our prayer of prosperity together. So with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. So as the ushers are collecting our tangible offerings right now, we're not going to have a song. I don't think we already did that song. But what we are going to have is the announcements. So I encourage you to go out there and have a great week of service as Jan presents our announcements for the day. Thanks.
All right, we have lots of fun things coming up. And next Sunday is one of them. And it's actually our community cleanup and beautification committee time. So what we're going to be doing is cleaning up our whole area. Julie Monkern and Kathy McCracken are heading this up. So for all of these announcements, remember, unityofpittsburgh.org gives you all the information you need, and you can sign up there as well. So come next week, bring garden gloves, rake, spade, or other favorite gardening tools. After the service, after we do all this fun stuff, pizza will be available. So please plan that on your next Sunday. Also, the Membership Outreach Committee is available for you to get involved with. And again, that is on unityofpittsburgh.org. And then the following Sunday, not next Sunday, but the one after that, Thursday after next Sunday, Thursday, September 8th, from 6:30 to 8, is the Unity World Day of Prayer. And we know affirmative prayer transforms our lives. And this is the World Day of Prayer. And you can participate by coming here at 6:30 to 7, doing breathwork and Qigong, led by Julie. And then from 7 to 8 will be our prayer, music, and meditation, led by our leader, Marianne Hackworth. This is September 8th, next Thursday, the Thursday after next Sunday, so a week from this Thursday. And our 2022 fundraiser, our annual fundraiser, has a new look. We've split it into 3 fun activities, all on a Sunday. The first one is Sunday, September 11th, and we'll have a hot lunch and homemade desserts and a live auction. So that's going to be fun. Then Sunday, October 23rd, as you can see up here, is our Oktoberfest lunch. And again, live auction, another fun thing. And then the last one, Sunday, November 13th, potluck salad-orama. Ooh, I said it right, I think. Yes, ma'am.
The first one is signing up for hosted events. This coming September 11th.
So for the coming September 11th, for the hosted events, please, again, unitydpittsburgh.org, make sure that you sign up. And we got the Salad-orama, which again is the bidding of wonderful things. So that pretty much is what's coming up. But again, if you have any questions, unitydpittsburgh.org. So let us now move into our closing prayer. Together, the light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you all. Exciting Sunday. Yay!